Evercade just made some announcements today, and I thought it was pretty interesting. And they did give me the heads up about what they were going to announce not too long ago. But before then, I was starting to wonder and think about the Evercade. I would say, what's next for these guys? Like, how do they keep this fresh and moving on? And you know, the Evercade, if you're not aware, we've covered it fairly extensively on this channel. Started out as a handheld that played cartridges. It's all based on emulation, yes. And it has evolved, you know, with firmware updates, tons of cartridges and compilations that they have put out, and into the Evercade VS console that you just plug directly into the TV, takes two cartridges, combines the game list. It's pretty interesting, but I think where they have really shined with what they do are the collections of games that are more like independent stuff, more obscure stuff as well. But I think one of the biggest shining examples of where this company can continue moving forward and staying relevant is with stuff like, you know, the Mega Cat Studios collection. What else did they have? There's that, where is it? Where is it? Like the Xenocrisis Tanglewood cartridge, the Indie Heroes cart, Mega Cat Studios 2. Those are all amazing, man. Morph Cat games, like stuff that is like indie developed, right? I think that's going to be a big part of their future. You know, some of the more obscure stuff is cool. Like there are people who collect every cartridge that these guys put out, and that's great. I don't think people are playing every single game out here, but there's a lot of cool stuff. Games that, like, you know, have been out there, but maybe you weren't really aware of it until these guys put it on the cartridge. Like there's been plenty of examples of that for me. I can only speak for myself and what I've seen other people say. Like Galco Collection had stuff that kind of, you know, took off a little bit from once it was announced, and people were like, "Oh, I never heard of this game before." That's really cool, right? And they have a few new cartridges that they've announced. We're going to take a look at that in a second. But the biggest thing that they announced was the Evercade EXP. It is a handheld. And I'm like, am I crazy excited about this? In all honesty, I'm intrigued. I'm interested. I want to have it in my hand, smell it, taste it, lick it, sniff it, whatever, right? I want to see how it feels in my hands. Like, I feel like the original Evercade is a decent, you know, handheld, but, you know, where do they go from there, right? They've made some improvements here, and I really just want to feel the quality in my hands. Like, there's some improvements, but it's going to be very similar. Plus, there's an extra mode and a few other features here. Are you really going to be getting more out of this than what you would currently be getting with the original handheld is what I'm looking at. So let's take a look at this thing real quick. Newest handheld from the makers of the Evercade. Retro gaming is leveled up with all new best-in-class features. So that's going to be the big thing. Like, you got to have extra features, right? So here we go. Physical cartridge ecosystem with over 300 games available has definitely grown. The Evercade EXP also offers bonus content to be announced in September. So they've left that part of it pretty damn vague. We don't know what is bonus content. They started doing with the Evercade VS, like these indie games that they put up, and I thought that is definitely like cool, like a game of the month type of thing. I would like to see that continue. That is pretty awesome of them to do that. And then you have the vertical mode, which kind of sucks that like it's listed down here in the pictures up here, so I can't really get everything in place. But boom, you turn it, and it looks like it just instantly rearranges the game screen for those vertical games. And that Tate mode, right? Allows you to play classic vertical games the way they were meant to be played. That's like the biggest feature here that a lot of people are excited about. But I want to know about the bonus content. Like, this is cool, man. You have the A and B button down there next to the D-pad, so you could be playing like this. I don't know how awkward that'll be, especially with the way the back is with the shoulder buttons and whatnot. You're gonna have those left shoulders there. It's I gotta have it in my hands to really form an opinion, but it's just a concern. Like, how is that gonna feel in my hands, right? So there's that, and then you see they do have that listed up there. I'm wondering if it's just like a sensor, and you turn it and it just senses it, and it's like boop, or do you have to enable it? It would be cool if it's just a sensor. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. It's the way it looked to be presented anyway. Higher resolution. Evercade features high resolution 4:3 IPS screen. The screen provides awesome, bright, and colorful visuals, perfect for classic games. Great viewing angles. I think some people had a little bit of concern with the screen quality on the original Evercade. I thought it was okay. It wasn't the greatest screen in the world, but it was okay. But with this improved screen, that should definitely ease up those criticisms, right? You still have that mini HDMI out, which I hate. I don't like playing these handhelds plugged into a TV like that. Like if they made a dock, boom, dock that bish up and plug it in, cool, man. But playing it with the HDMI, no, not for me. So with this bundle that's like $150, right? Where was the price at? 150 US dollars, available winter of this year. It'll be fully announced in September, so it'll be like holiday time, right? It's interesting that these guys keep putting stuff out, man. But okay, where were we at? Okay, the console, the IRAM Arcade Collection 1 USB-C cable. That's the other big thing. Use USB-C to charge. Perfect. That's what I'm talking about. And a quick start guide. 4 to 5 hours playtime. Acceptable in my opinion. Acceptable in my opinion. I would hope for like 20, 30 hours, but it looks like it ain't happening. But 4 to 5 hours, okay. I don't sit with a handheld for more than like, I couldn't even tell you a legit time frame, but like I'm not sitting in one place for 4 to 5 hours playing a handheld game. So I think that's fine for me. But here's the IRAM collection. We'll take a look at all that in a second. Over 300 games, 30 cartridges. There you go. Like that's the biggest thing. New IPS screen, 800 by 480. Bonus content to be announced later on. That Tate mode for vertical screen orientation. 1.5 gigahertz processor, 4 gigs built-in memory, stereo speakers. Wi-Fi for easy updates. Does have Wi-Fi now. So they're bringing it in line with the VS is what they're doing. Like that's where it's at here. 720p mini HDMI out, cable not included. I don't like mini HDMI out. I feel like it's not very stable. I just hate it. Any device that has used that, I don't like it. It always feels a little finicky, and and then I'll have to instead of I don't like buying HDMI cables that have the mini side on it because it's going to be just used for one thing. I'd rather just have an adapter type of thing. It's just I don't like it. I wish it was full size HDMI. To me, it would probably, I don't know if it makes a difference, but maybe it would be more stable. But I still just don't play handheld plugged to a TV like that. 3,000 milliamp hour battery. And then there's the dimensions, 7.76 inches by 3.1 by 0.8. Find out more, enter your email address, right? So then Funstock, their little partner here, they're going to be opening this up tomorrow. I believe this is 9 a.m. Pacific time. I'll have to double check, but I'm pretty sure. This is if you want to jump in on some pre-orders now. They're going to have 5,000 of these, right? This EXP Black Limited Edition that comes with the 2 new cartridges, a little keychain with a cartridge-looking thing, certificate of authenticity, and a couple art cards. Surprise reveal. Okay, it's not going to tell you, the bonus content's not being announced with this. It's hey, there is bonus content, but you got to wait. So there's that. This is going up. It looks like a slick handheld. I'm just and it comes with a new hard carrying case, right? That's pretty cool. It's just, I think these new collections that they're putting out, it says sold out. Don't trip. I've seen people, it's sold out already. It goes live tomorrow. Chill, relax. But these cartridges, real quick, I'm excited for this one, the Toaplin cartridge, for one reason only, and that is, Snow Bros. Come on now. We got 8 games. Tiger Heli, Alcon, Guardian, Flying Shark. Almost said Flying Shark. What else do we got? Truxton, awesome. And this is an arcade collection. So these are arcade versions. Zero Wing, Snow Bros, love it. Can't wait for that one. I'm a big fan of, the Snow Brothers, right? Tom and Nick up in the house. I love those games. Still wish somebody would put the Genesis version out there. Get that re-released. And then Teki Paki, puzzle game. So there's some cool stuff with that Toaplin collection. And then the other one, the one that comes with the system, is the IRAM Arcade Collection. This comes with 6 games, this is an arcade one too. You get R-Type, Moon Patrol, In the Hunt, Battle Chopper, and then Lightning Swords and 10-Yard Fight. Not as interested in this collection. There's a couple of them there that I really like. A couple of them I don't think I've ever played, maybe. Lightning Swords I'm not familiar with, but that's the one cool thing with these cartridges. Like, you do discover stuff that you wind up really liking. You might discover stuff you don't like. That's the risk you take. But, for the price point, I think it's fair on the cartridges. I can't say it's fair for the $150 for the handheld, because is it that much of an improvement over the previous version that was far cheaper than that? I don't know. To wait and see. I reserve my judgments, my final judgments, so I have it in my hands and get to play with it. But I'm glad these guys are able to continue on. I'm really curious to see what other cartridges they have to announce. I really would hope they continue with the independent, game developers and get a lot of that kind of stuff on their system, as I really think that will help, set them apart. But you do have to have those big names too, so that's one thing. You got to have that appeal of all these licensed games from developers and publishers that a lot of people are aware of. That helps greatly. But I think going forward, really having those independent developers is going to be vital, man. Going to be very vital. Let me know what you think down below. Really appreciate every single one of you guys. Thanks for watching. I'm stumbling over my words. I apologize. Bye.